Would you like to learn how to make these beautiful avocado deviled eggs? Stay tuned for the next episode of Hilltop Stovetop. Hello and welcome back to Hilltop Stovetop, the show where we're teaching you how to make great meals in an ordinary kitchen. Today we have our second episode filmed at Prairie View Properties here in Humboldt, Saskatchewan, in the beautiful home and kitchen of my lovely niece Patricia and her husband Larry. And we made the minestrone soup yesterday, and today we are going to be making avocado deviled eggs. Now, avocado deviled eggs, just like regular deviled eggs, except instead of mayonnaise, we're going to be using avocados, which for you Dr. Seuss fans is going to give us green eggs that you could have with ham if you really wanted to, right? But they are also replacing the fat in mayonnaise with the good fat in avocados, and they're very, very simple to make. So we've started off, we've got some eggs that we have boiled, and we have two types of eggs. Some eggs are fresh, like right from the farmer next door, and some of them are store-bought. And traditionally, a lot of people will say that fresh eggs are harder to peel than store-bought, right?
True, that's the rumor.
True, until you learn the trick. And those of you who have watched my Scotch egg video or the what was the other one? The potato salad video, know that we have a trick. And that is you take your egg, and we've marked one for F for fresh and one S for store-bought. Okay. And it's underwater, you crack it against the side, and just little squeeze, and let the water get in between the shell and the egg.
You can feel it.
Yeah,
that's cool. It's also very cold.
Yeah, very cold. And then you take it out and sure.
Nice.
There we go. Perfect little egg. Now I had the store-bought one, and Patricia.
I'm a bit slow, maybe.
Well, no, you're doing fine.
Oh,
yeah,
look at that.
And hers, they both came out. We're going to put it on the overhead shot. Both came out perfectly smooth and clean, and no little bits. So there's our trick.
The happy skill of church ladies everywhere.
Yes, exactly. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the filling ready. And the filling for this is mashed avocados and the yolks out of these eggs and lime juice and salt. And that's all there is to it. So we've already split up a couple of these avocados, and we're going to do the third one. So Patricia's going to show us how to do that. So let me see here. So I'll let you stand under the hot seat here.
Sure. So I usually like to pull out the little stem, just because otherwise it kind of ends up in the bowl when you're doing it. But if you just take it halfway, I guess, and you're going to put the knife in until you feel the pit, and then just rotate around the pit. So then once that's happened, there you go, there's your half and half. But to get the pit out, take the knife very carefully. This is not something you want to do casually, but just hit the pit, twist, and it comes out. So of course, a perfectly ripe avocado is important for that to work really well. So just to keep in mind.
Okay. So now we will we've got a little spoon here, and we're going to scoop the insides out of those. And actually, if we find another bowl, Patricia, you can scoop out the avocados.
Okay.
And I will split the eggs. And what we're going to do here is just split the egg in half. And again, we did these in the Instant Pot for 5 minutes. Came out perfect every time. And we're going to just pop the yolk in there and put the white over there. And we're going to do that with the rest of these eggs, and then we'll be back in just a minute. All right, so we've taken the yolks out of our eggs. We've got a nice tray of just the egg whites over there. And you'll notice that we've done quite a few of these, and that's because we're going to have, 7 people for dinner, and they all love avocados. But the basic proportion, the first recipe that I saw said to use 1 avocado for 3 eggs. Personally, I found that a little bit too much avocado, so I prefer it about 1 avocado to 5 or 6 eggs as a nice proportion. So we got all this beautiful ripe avocado. That's 3 avocados going in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Patricia do the mixing because it's her kitchen and her stick blender. And kind of think about a margarita almost. We've got lime juice here. If you've got fresh lime juice, that's fine, but this stuff works perfectly fine. And we're going to put in maybe, quarter, what would that be, a quarter of a cup?
Yeah, somewhere between quarter and third.
And a good bit of salt. First time I made these, I don't think I put enough salt in them. But the second time I made them, I thought I made too much. So we're going to put in, that was about a teaspoon of salt, and we'll mix it together, and then we'll taste it to be sure. So I'm going to put Patricia to work here.
Sounds good.
And we'll see what happens next. And I'll just walk around Coco, who's here visiting as well. So. And it's about the right color because it reminds me of our refrigerator in the 60s.
Ah, nice. Actually, we had a couch that color.
Yeah. And I think that this is really funny because in my kitchen, those of you who watch all my videos know that I have those little teeny weeny scrapers, and in Patricia, she's got the giant scraper.
We got big stuff in this
Yeah,
house.
exactly. Okay, so we're going to just scrape down our edges here and make sure we've got everything all taken care of. And then, I'll let you do that, scrape that off. And then we've got a little baggie here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it into, all this stuff into the baggie. And when it's there, we're going to snip the end off of it, or the corner off of it, and use that to pipe it into our egg whites.
This stuff will stick to your ribs. Look
Oh,
at that.
yeah.
It's creamy.
Delicious.
All
And
right.
we should taste it. We've got a nice spoon here.
Good point.
Make sure we got enough salt here.
Good idea. Good more?
No, we're good. We're
Awesome.
good.
I like it.
Okay. So I'll hold this and you scoop in.
Well, speaking of too big. Got your
Okay.
fingers.
Any leftovers, we're going to have facials afterwards.
Or maybe some kind of, I don't know, like I said, it'll stick to your ribs. This actually reminds me of a guacamole recipe we have too.
Yeah, it's very similar kind of thing. Okay, so that's a good start.
Okay.
Okay, delicious. Zip that up.
All right.
And, we've got scissors here. And if there's extras, it would go nicely on toast or something like that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to let Patricia, we'll move this over here underneath the camera.
Sorry, forgive me.
We didn't rehearse this at all, folks. All right.
Yeah, considering the last time I used a piping bag, this is a really good test.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be fancy. It's if you actually had a piping bag with a nozzle on it with a star or something like that, you could make it even fancier. But all we want to do is get this in here, and you could just spoon it in, but this will make it a little bit easier to fill them up. And fill it good and full because, as you notice, we've got lots of this too. There we go.
Pretty.
Very nice, yeah.
Be perfect. We'd have to be hosting some type of tea.
So having one of our daughters is a huge avocado fan, guacamole in particular, and a huge egg fan. So I'm excited for her to try this.
That looks good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it really does.
But we've got some fresh parsley that will, I didn't do that very well, did I? I'm going to sprinkle that over. You could, if you had chives, you could do that as well. And then we're going to sprinkle some paprika on top. That's it.
Wow, those colors are awesome.
There we go. Perfect little avocado deviled eggs.
Awesome. Nice job.
Great job, yes. So thank you for joining us here today on Hilltop Stovetop, where we've made these avocado deviled eggs. And we hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.
If you like this video, please make sure to click and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next ones that come out, or look back at the history because there's lots to pick from.